When the world finally shuts up, when the traffic fades, the scrolling stops, and the voices of everyone else recede, what's left isn't just silence. It's a doorway, a thin place where something older than thought begins to speak. Why am I here? What is all of this for? If you found yourself at 2 a.m. staring at your ceiling, asking these questions to yourself, you're not broken. You're human. We've been asking that question for thousands of years, whispering it to the stars, or carving it in stone, scribbling it in journals. It's the oldest riddle we know. Your brain, though, it's got other plans. Even when you're still, it's not. Inside, networks buzz, weaving memories, worries, hopes, regrets, building the story of I. Scientists call this the default mode network. It's like an inner narrator that just won't shut up, where we replay our lives and try to predict the future. Most of the time, we don't even notice it's running. But then, through meditation, that mirror cracks, the narrator quiets, the story slips, and in that silence, you start to see. Maybe you were never the story. Maybe you were the space where the story passed through. Ram Dass said, the journey inward feels at first like a kind of death. The death of who you thought you were. You peel back layers, the highs don't hit as high, the lows not as low. It's not that life dims, it's that everything begins to glow. What used to be peaks become a plateau. But the plateau is radiant. Even the ordinary takes on weight. Folding the laundry or making a cup of tea. Watching dust in sunlight. It's not empty, it's full. Alan Watts had a way of flipping the script. We're obsessed with purpose, he said. We treat life like a puzzle we're supposed to solve. But what if it's not a problem? What if it's more like a song? You don't listen to a song to reach the last note. You're here for the melody, for the rhythm, for the dance. Maybe the meaning of life is just to live. Fully, completely, and messily. The ache of laughter, the sting of tears, it's all a part of the music. In Hindu philosophy, they call it lila, divine play. The universe isn't some grim task, it's joy expressing itself. The same clay that makes a cup makes a god. The same spark behind your eyes feels galaxies. There's no line between you and it. You are the wave and you are the ocean at the same time. The divine isn't elsewhere, it's right here. Looking out through your eyes, wondering what's for dinner. Zen doesn't care about words. Zen would rather you sit down and shut up. Just breathe, just be. Through Zazen, monks stare at walls until their thinking minds finally surrender. Wisdom, they say, lives in the tea you pour or the broom you hold, or the bow you give to a stranger. They talk about a positionless position. Not one, not two, no division, just this, just now. Nothing sacred and everything sacred. Modern philosophers, on the other hand, ask if maybe we're inside a video game. Nick Bostrom's simulation theory suggests that future civilizations might run billions of simulated lives, just to see how they turn out. And if they do, odds are, we're one of them. Whether you're flesh and bone or ones and zeros, it doesn't change the sunrise. It still burns red and gold across the sky. It still makes you stop and feel something. Carl Jung, he called it individuation, the journey of becoming who you actually are. In the first half of life, we wear masks. We become who we think we're supposed to be. In the second half of life, if we're brave, we take them off. We meet the shadow, the parts we've hidden, the wounds we've hidden, and somehow In that encounter, we become whole. Meaning isn't found by running from ourselves. It's found by running to ourselves and owning it all. Joseph Campbell looks at myths across cultures and found the same pattern. The hero's journey, the call, the refusal, the trial, the return. He said, "Follow your bliss, not pleasure, bliss." That deep resonance that whispers, "This way." When you follow it, doors open, paths appear, not because you control the universe, but because you're finally walking in beat with it. Then there's Viktor Frankl, standing in the horror of Auschwitz, who said, "We can survive almost anything if we have a why. Life doesn't owe us meaning. It asks us to create. Every day, it looks us in the eye and says, 'How will you respond?' We find purpose not by chasing happiness, but by showing up. To love, to work, to endure. Meaning is forged, not found." And Camus stared at the absurd in the face and didn't flinch. He saw a universe that offers no tidy answers, no grand design, just the raw fact of existence and our hunger to make sense of it. He turned to an ancient myth, Sisyphus, condemned by the gods to push a boulder up a mountain for eternity, only to watch it roll back down each time. Pointless, futile. But Camus said, imagine him smiling. Because the moment Sisyphus turns back toward the boulder, aware of the weight, the absurdity, and still choosing to push, he becomes free. That's the rebellion. Not in escaping the struggle, but in embracing it without illusion. We roll the stone anyway. We love anyway. We sing even if no one's listening. For Camus, freedom isn't found in answers. It's found in the courage to live without needing any. So where does that leave us, you and me, lying awake at 2 a.m., staring at the ceiling? Maybe consciousness is neurons firing, maybe it's God dreaming, maybe it's code running on an alien server. Maybe it's all of those things, or maybe it's none of them. What matters is that you're here, that you're asking, and that your asking might be the answer. You don't need to crack the cosmic riddle to live a beautiful life. You just need to stay present, to feel it all, to notice the plateau, to dance when you don't know the steps, to follow the thread that feels like home, even if it leads away from everyone else's map, to love like it matters, to make something only you could have made, to suffer with dignity, to show up again and again, even when it hurts. And when the world goes quiet again, and that question creeps back in, smile. Because maybe you're not here to find the answer. Maybe you're here to be the answer. And then return to the dance.